Hello cycling community, this is Steve Grusis. This video on pace lines is intended to be used for educational purposes. I will be commenting throughout the video on various things that I see. The OTF Women squad here has never done this type of pace lining at this level before. I think one of them has though. We started pace lining from walkers all the way to 145. We did shut it off a couple times for a steep section, and I think as we approached SVS to do the left turn. Now the pace lining that we had defined was what I call a continuous pull-through pace lining. You go to the front, then you pull off, and the next person goes up, clears the wheel, pulls off. And so that's pretty much what we were doing. Now again, when you are doing this on rollers, things are just much tougher. So kudos to the women for having the rollers on this section as the first time they've done the pace line practice. I think once we had to kind of regroup, and I think this is the place right here. Some people started getting tired from the rollers, and so we had to regroup, and then we continued on. So the purpose is the right way to do it is you go to the front and you smoothly move to the left, and we weren't worrying about where the wind was coming from. We were always pace lining in the same direction. So the fast lane's on the right, and the comeback lane is on the left side. So I think we're starting up again. So Allison, the one in the yellow, has to make sure that, and then she's doing it there, that when the person pulls off, that you're right on the wheel. And I think there's a big gap there once William pulled off. William is the on-the-road manager for the women. And then William will have to make sure he's on her wheel when he pulls off, because you, especially at this level, you have to make sure you can serve when you can conserve. And the way you can serve is by staying on the wheel of the person in front of you. Now in this case, Allison, when she pulled off quite well, but then she stopped pedaling. You always have to keep pedaling because you don't want to cause a stack up and a possible crash at the back end. So there's a bit of a gap there that William has, and another big gap. So obviously you have to watch out for surging when you're on the fast side. The closer you stay to the wheel, the smoother you'll be, and the less energy you'll use. And there, I got a gap with me. I'm probably watching everyone else, not paying attention to what I should be doing. Okay, now the left side is looking real good. And once Holly gets to the front, she'll pull off. And when she pulls off, she should keep pedaling. But there's probably a little bit of a downhill. Otherwise, she would keep pedaling. So the slow side has to go maybe 1.5 miles an hour slower than the fast side. You don't want to stress the person on the fast side that's coming through, that's not able to come through if you're going too fast. Okay, she comes in pretty tight, so I think I told her later on to give me like an extra half second or a second before she pulled across. Now she needs to be right on that wheel of the person in front of her, and I think eventually she was doing that, with enough encouragement on my end. So things are looking pretty good on the right side, considering we have a gap there. Not that bad of a gap. Again, this is rollers, and it's just tougher. Let's see how I do. Everything is looking good on the left side. Yeah, these ladies got it down pretty well. This is not bad for the first time, like I was saying before. Okay, she could have come over sooner. Front, I clear, I go over. Oh, there she is. Okay, now she's giving me an extra half second. Okay, keep pedaling, keep pedaling. Now she's got to be right on that wheel. She's got to conserve her energy. And on the right side, got to be careful about the surging. You don't want to go too fast when you're coming through. You want to keep it even. A little closer. Okay, not bad. So you notice I came across, ordinarily what I want to do is, as the last person is coming up on my right side, before I go over to the right side, I want to start coming over a little bit so that when I do go on the fast side, I just have a couple inches to go when I'm on someone's wheel. Is that a downhill? Is that why you stop pedaling? There you go. Oh, I think this is downhill though. Oh, stacking up. I'll probably yell and go faster. Yeah, there's a big gap. She needs to be right on that wheel all the time. You can't slow up that much. And being the first time, you're nervous about the skill of the person in front of you. So, I certainly understand that. The more you ride together, the more you understand the other person, and then the better decisions you can make as to how close you want to be. Okay, now she's clear. She can come on over, and she does. Good. Next person should be coming right up now. There must have been a gap behind me. Must have been a gap. Okay, does she keep pedaling? Yeah, she does. But she's got to get on that wheel, and not bad. Did a better job this time. Fast side is going pretty good. Vicky's pulling through. William, you got to be on her wheel. There you go. And Holly got to be on her wheel until I come across. Now I'm just right on her wheel. And Allison's probably on mine by now. So Sarah's got to be right on his wheel, and okay, well, you'll be closer. But this is a downhill. No, okay. Must have been a bit of a gap again. Oh, there you go. Looking good, Allison. Up, a little closer, Sarah. Got to be closer on that wheel. Same thing, William. You got to be on her wheel. Holly's doing okay. So we're usually in the low 20s with this, and being on a rolling course, again, kudos to the girls for just keeping this up for, close to an hour. Yeah, probably more like 40 minutes. Somewhere between 40 minutes and 60 minutes. Still. Okay, got to pull off. I pull off. Where's the next person? Okay. Now we're starting to hit some steeper rollers, and the ladies here did great with this. No one went to the back to take extra rest. They all pretty much took their pulls. Okay. I think that's Julie, and okay, now she's on Sarah's wheel. Okay, big gap, so that means me. I got a big gap there. My goof. Hopefully I didn't cause a gap in back of me, and hopefully I did by surging too much. Excellent. Good. Oh, stop pedaling. Almost excellent. That's Vicky. Vicky goes in front. Now, Allison needs to be right on her wheel. Again, much closer. And we see some gaps there to Sarah too, in front of Sarah and in back of Sarah. Okay, now we're on a much smoother road. We're finishing or getting close to finishing the pace line work. So on the smoother road, I told them to just stay over the other side of the white line when they're pulling off. There are two reasons why I'm having them do that. One is for safety, for cars passing from behind us. The other is so they get used to riding near somebody and eventually being comfortable with it. It's all about acclimating to the situation. So I'm pulling off and I'm just over that white line, kind of on the white line. Now I'm a little bit over. And Allison does a good job just coming through. Oh, gotta keep pedaling. Gotta keep pedaling. Don't want to cause a crash. So the ladies did great with this. Sometimes threading a needle can be a bit nerve-wracking. Now you notice I'm going by again, so something's happened in the back such that if I wanted to keep up the integrity of the pace line, I had to go and fill in and do that. So when I pull off again, we'll see who pulls through. See if we can get everybody to go right now. Yeah, I got some bad sections on that road. Okay, so now Holly is up in front of me. And Sarah, yeah, okay, so there was a bit of a split, so when I filled in, they came in behind me and are just continuing with the pace line as they should. Good job. Guys are looking pro. I believe we're nearing the end of our session. I think once we start climbing, that's it. And I think that is it. I think the women's team did very well, especially being on rollers, doing it at this level, and doing it for this long. As always, like, comment, subscribe. This is the Cycling Greek. Yasus.